Why did the Cold War impact African independence? Imagine a world divided into two powerful camps, each trying to shape the future of nations around the globe. Africa was caught right in the middle of this global tug-of-war. During the Cold War, which lasted from the late 1940s to the early 1990s, the United States and the Soviet Union competed for influence everywhere. Africa was no exception. As countries in Africa fought for independence from colonial powers, these superpowers saw a chance to spread their ideas. The United States promoted capitalism and democracy, while the Soviet Union backed socialism and communism. Both wanted to win African nations over to their side. So they provided support to different groups and leaders, often turning local conflicts into parts of their bigger fight. This made independence struggles more complicated and sometimes even more violent. For example, in Angola, after Portugal left, a civil war broke out among three groups. One was backed by the Soviet Union and Cuba, another by the United States, and a third by China. This proxy war lasted for many years and kept the country unstable. Similar conflicts happened in Congo, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique, where outside powers supported different factions. These interventions made it harder for African countries to build stable governments and economies. Leaders like Patrice Lumumba in Congo initially looked to Western countries for help but later turned to the Soviet Union when Western support was slow or limited. This shift often led to internal divisions and foreign interference. Western countries sometimes supported authoritarian regimes or minority groups to stop the spread of communism. This approach made it difficult for African nations to develop true independence and democracy. The Cold War also slowed down progress because it turned African independence into a battleground for global rivalry. Instead of focusing solely on building their nations, many African countries had to deal with external conflicts, military interventions, and political instability. These issues delayed their development and made nation-building more challenging. The rivalry between the superpowers overshadowed African priorities and often pushed external agendas that didn't always match local needs. In the end, the Cold War shaped how African countries gained independence, how they fought internal battles, and how they faced ongoing political and social challenges. It turned their fight for freedom into a part of a larger global struggle, influencing the course of history for many nations on the continent.